Hello, everyone. Welcome to another book talk here at Eight Letters Bookstore and Publishing. I'm your host and creative director, Cindy Wong. And with us today, we have Dr. Ronadel B. Bedia. He's a licensed professional teacher, cognitive behavioral therapist, and CEO of Dawani Training Consultancy Services. Today, we're going to talk about the book entitled Hindi Ka Robot, Real Talk on Mental Health for the Working Pinoy. Pagod ka na ba? Overthinker ka ba? Lagi ka bang naka-Zoom kahit umiiyak ka na sa CR? This is not your usual self-help book. Hindi Ka Robot is a laugh out loud, peer a bit inside, Taglish survival guide for every hardworking Pinoy navigating burnout, toxic work vibes, and the guilt of saying no. With relatable real talk, psychological tools, and just the right amount of hugot, this book gives you the permission to pause, set boundaries, and choose yourself without the guilt. Because truth be told, hindi ka tamad. Hindi ka nag-iinarte, hindi ka robot. So without further ado, welcome Doc Ron to 8 Letters Book Talk.
Hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to share more about the book and the stories behind it.
Ayan. So finally, natuloy na rin itong book talk na to because we've been planning this for quite some time now. But we're so glad that you're gracing the show because you already have 2 books with us, with an upcoming book, third book na ila-launch din sa MIBF. We're so excited. So Doc Ron, maybe we can dive into the questions na agad. Kasi this is very relatable topic. Parang, ako ba to? Ako ba to? Kasi burnout na ako. Doc Ron, why have you decided to write the book, Hindi Ka Robot, Real Talk on Mental Health for the Working Pinoy?
Actually, I wrote Hindi Ka Robot because I saw a recurring problem in our workplaces. People are exhausted, emotionally drained, and constantly pressured to perform, yet rarely given permission to pause. And I think almost 80% no na nagtatrabaho ngayon dito sa Pilipinas, mga hardworking Pinoy nararanasan ito. And I kept meeting professionals who were excelling on paper, pero pagod na emotionally and mentally. I wanted to give voice to that quiet suffering. This book is my way of saying, you're not lazy, hindi ka tamad, pagod ka lang. And no, hindi ka robot. It's a love letter actually to every hardworking Filipino who deserves care, not just compliance.
And I like that. So it's like, it's a letter to yourself, basically. But Doc, sabi dito, it's a chill guide. It's a chill book. Can you share with us your process in writing this chill book? And why would you describe this as a chill guide? Like, how is it different from other self-help books? Marami na ring, naglalabasang books ngayon on how to treat burnout, if you're stressed, etc. Why is this book so different from the rest?
Mhm. Actually, no, nag-research ako before ako mag-proceed sa subtitle ng libro. Kasi this is technically a survival guide, no, para sa mga hardworking Filipino na nakakaranas ng iba't ibang mental health illness or mental health varieties, no, na nararanasan natin dito sa workplaces natin. And I wrote the book in between deadlines, travel, and everyday chaos, which is also why it feels real and relatable. The process wasn't linear. I wrote when I was inspired, tired, or even heartbroken. That's what made it honest. And yung heartbroken dito, hindi ito tungkol sa relationship. Heartbroken kasi every time, every day ako nakakakita ng mga pagod na sa bus, umuuwi. May mga time pa na may lalapit sa akin, naiiyak na sila kasi 'di ba, hindi nila mailabas yung totoong nararamdaman nila. And I call it a chill guide because it doesn't preach. It's not the type that says fix your mindset or hustle harder. Instead, it sits with you. It listens and it allows you to feel. Kaya ang daming nagfi-feedback sa libro, ang daming nagme-message sa akin kapag nabasa na nila yung book na parang kinakausap ako ng libro. may time na binabasa ko at napapasagot ako. Tapos may pinapagawa doon sa libro na nararamdaman nung reader na ginagawa niya. So may nag-message nga sa akin kanina, chapter 1 pa lang daw siya pero gusto niya nang ipabasa sa boss niya yung libro. Kaya parang kausap mo lang talaga, parang barkada mo siya na ah, na ready makinig at hindi toxic. So, ganun, kakaiba siya sa mga libro kasi yung ibang mga libro naglalabasan ngayon na self-help, technical siya. Ito, real talk talaga. Parang kausap mo yung kaibigan mo.
Ayun nga, sometimes kasi, di ba, pag nagrereklamo ka sa kaibigan mo, it feels like, syempre, I'm sure burnout din siya. So, parang, you will probably think, hindi na lang ako maglalabas ng saloobin. So, like, most of the time, you'll probably, kikim-kimin mo na lang siya sa loob mo na, hindi naman, bahala na, hindi ko na lang to i-share. Tapos maybe, ang usual na ginagawa ko, Doc, is I would end up scrolling on Facebook, yung mindless scrolling. Kasi sabi ko, pagod na ako, hindi ko na kaya. Ito na lang yung kaya gawin ng utak ko. Pero, when I was also reading your book, there was this topic na sabi mo nga, this is a chill book and also parang kinakausap ako nito. So that's exactly how I felt. Meron dito na I don't think it was discussed in any other self-help or burnout book that I've read in the past kasi mahilig din ako magbasa. So, ang sabi dito, may laban lang culture. And this is so interesting kasi 'di ba sa ibang bansa, 'di ba may mga work-life balance na, like for example sa France, gusto nila 4 o'clock alis na ako dito sa work ko. O ano na to, say goodbye. Pero bakit sa Pilipinas? Bakit nauso to? Bakit ano ba? Akala ko ba chill tayo as people? Bakit may laban lang culture ang mga Pinoy?
Kasi Cindy, we've been raised to glorify resilience dito sa Philippines. Kahit pagod na, laban lang. It's a survival mechanism kasi born from economic hardships and generational sacrifice. Na pinasa sa'yo, naranasan mo na, eto naranasan ko, kailangan maranasan mo din to. Alam mo yun, nararanasan natin dito sa Philippines. And maaring yung mga nanonood at nakikinig ngayon, hala, yan yung sinabi ng parents ko sa akin. Pero nabanggit nyo kanina, nabanggit mo Cindy kanina, yung sa France. Actually, they strike for work-life balance. Napanood ko yun na merong documentary regarding that. Na talagang nag-strike yung mga tao sa France. And I have a cousin, na nag-work sa Paris. And kapag nagkikwentuhan kami, may mga time nga daw na nag-hunger strike talaga yung mga empleyado kapag hindi sila pinapayagan magpahinga. So yun, here, we silently suffer because we were taught that rest is a reward, not a right. And let's be real, many workers in the Philippines can't afford to say no. Kasi pag nag-no ka, mawawalan ka ng trabaho. There's guilt in resting because we equate it with laziness. Kapag nagpahinga ka, tamad ka. Hindi ba pwedeng 12 hours ako nagtrabaho? Hihiga lang naman ako eh. Hindi, tamad ka kasi humiga ka, nagpahinga ka. That mindset needs to change. Rest is not rebellion. It's repair.
Ayun. Tama. Ayan. So, 'di ba, maraming nagde-describe kung ano ba talaga ang self-care. Tulad ng sabi mo kanina, 12 hours of work tapos rest is, let's say, totoo naman, it's a right, but it's not a reward. Paano kaya yun? Pwede bang magpahinga kahit hindi pa tapos yung 12 hours? Or ano ba, Doc? Baka may pwede kang description ng self-care na, pwedeng i-apply ng kahit na sino, whether work from home siya or whether nagtatrabaho siya sa office or sa labas, blue collar worker. Paano kayang magpahinga? Let's say yung boss mo nandyan. Baka may strategy ka.
Correct. Alam mo, natanong din yan sa akin sa isang mainstream media nung in-invite nila ako sa show nila. Ang sagot ko sa kanila, real self-care is not always about bubble baths or spa days. Sometimes it's saying no. Magsabi ka lang ng no sa boss mo or may ibang ipapagawa sa'yo aside doon sa talagang job description mo, it's really a self-care na. Kasi pagod ka na nga sa job description na ginagawa mo, meron pang ipapagawa sa'yo, ay, hindi ko natapos yung, yung speech ko, pwede bang ipagpatuloy mo? Pwede ka namang humindi, boss, wait lang po kasi may tinatrabaho pa po ako eh. 'Di ba? So yun, self-care na yun. Sometimes it's leaving the group chat. May mga times na sa work mo, may chat group kayo, may group chat kayo, inaabot kayo ng mga 12 midnight. Pero pinag-uusapan nyo lang naman doon yung katrabaho nyo na tamad. Ganon. 'Di ba? Self-care yun na huwag ka
Yeah.
munang sumama doon, 'di ba? Pakinggan mo muna yung sarili mo. Manood ka ng Netflix or whatever. Aside doon sa or instead na makipagkwentuhan ka at pag-usapan yung buhay na may buhay, sometimes it's going to therapy then or just finally choosing sleep over in endless overtime. Ako madalas ginagawa ko 'yan kapag wala akong mga speaking engagements, wala akong ganap, matutulog talaga ako minsan 14 hours, 16 hours. Hindi ako nagpapagising kasi ang sarap matulog ng gano'n. For me, self-care is the radical act of listening to your needs without guilt. Kapag naramdaman mo yun, yun yung self-care. It's not about escape. It's about return. Ano yung return? Return to yourself. And that's powerful.
Kailan ko ba huling na-experience yun? I'm not so sure. Pero I will be more mindful siguro in the future. I will remember how you describe self-care. So the moment na ma-feel ko na, I deserve this, then yes, self-care siya. And totoo yung sinabi mo na it doesn't have to be expensive, yung mga bubble baths or going to the spa. 'Di ba? Madalas kasi yun yung pinapakita sa Instagram. And I also like the how you mentioned about choosing your battles. If hindi mo naman battle yon, why continue to be inside the group chat? So totoo po yon. Ayun, that's very very useful, Doc. What do you recommend naman for those who keep on getting back to the cycle? So, 'di ba? Okay, ngayon they prioritize their self-help, nag-resign sa work. Ayan. Pero changing jobs, pagkatapos nila magpalit ng trabaho, they would find themselves ulit stuck in the same cycle. What do you think is the problem here?
Okay. Alam mo, ang problem dyan, Cindy, mindset. That cycle usually happens when the root cause wasn't or isn't addressed. The job may change, oo, but the mindset stays the same. Ano yung mga mindset na yun? Yung overcommit. Kaya ko yan. Opo, yes po. Opo, kaya ko po yan. Alam mo naman, Pinoy, Jollibee tayo mabibo tayo. Lalo kapag bago ka. Di ba? Lalo kapag bago tayo sa work. Kaya ko po yan. Ako na po. Di ba? Hanggang sa mapapagod ka na. Over-deliver and overextend. Okay lang po. Kahit mag-extend po ako ng mag-overtime po ako basta matapos ko po ito. Minsan kasi parang badge of honor sa atin yung ganun. Yung walang pahinga. Sasabihan pa tayo ng, wow, wala ba siyang tulog oh. Ang galing niya naman. Hindi yun kagalingan. Hindi dapat pinipraise yung mga ganong mindset or yung ganong situation. Kasi hindi nga siya nagpapahinga. Dapat maawa tayo sa kanya at bigyan natin siya ng chance na magpahinga. I always say, bring boundaries with you when you resign. Yung iba kasi, pag nag-resign, may mga friends pa rin na naiiwan, nag-feed pa rin. Alam mo yun, naku, buti na lang umalis ka na. Kasi may bago dito, yung boss natin, ganun pa rin siya. Hindi ka makawala. Kung umalis ka ako dyan para mawala yung ganyang tapos binabalik niya sa akin. Mag-no ka na, tanggalin mo na. Pag mga ganyang usapan, ibablock ko kayo or kapag ganyan ulit yung sasabihin niya sa akin, hindi ko na kayo kakausapin. So reflect on your patterns. Kapag lumipat ka ng work pero ganun pa rin yung ginagawa mo, wala nagbabago. What are you
Mhm.
tolerating? What are you afraid to say no? Yun yung dapat na tinatanong mo. Healing isn't just about leaving toxic workplaces. It's about unlearning the habits that made burnout your baseline. So hanapin mo ano yung root cause nito. Baka kasi internal na eh. May problem na sa'yo internally na kahit saan ka magpuntang workplace, same routine.
Mm. Yun, sometimes kasi we also equate yung hard work to success
Yeah.
when sometimes hindi naman din siya nare-reward. So, siguro, isip-isip din siguro kung saan natin i-invest yung ating energy. Although, of course, kailangan natin ng trabaho, but then, of course, at the same time, we know how to satisfy our bosses, pero, boundaries are also important. And I'm sure if you have a good boss, they will also respect that.
Mm-mm.
Oo, ayan. Hindi naman na ano yan. I think it's also a trend nowadays na,
Correct.
bosses are also mindful about these things.
Mm.
Doc Ron, bago ako pumunta sa last question natin, gusto ko lang i-remind ng ating mga viewers na Hindi Ka Robot is available on our website, Shopee, and Lazada. And Doc Ron, saan ka ba namin pwedeng makita o mahanap? Pansin ko dami mong talks nowadays. Mm-mm.
Oo, lalo nung July, grabe full pack tayo.
Oo.
And ngayong August, marami tayong out of town. Kala mo naman talaga pupunta sa piyestahan, ano? Yung out of town po natin, halimbawa, August 18 to 21, nasa Iloilo tayo for a speaking engagement din sa isang company. So, in-invite nila tayo para maging resource person nila. And sa mga susunod na araw, andyan naman po yung usual na websites ko. Makikita nyo po sa different social media accounts ko, type nyo lang at Docron Bedia, Docron Bedia. So yan lang po yung aking handle sa lahat ng social media accounts. Kahit sa YouTube, yan po. Makikita nyo rin yung ibang mga schedule po dyan. So busy na po ang August natin. At ayun, hopefully masundan nyo ko at maka-attend kayo ng mga webinars po natin.
Ayan. And also, in the upcoming Manila International Book Fair, Doc Ron will be there. We'll announce the schedule. Meron ng schedule yan. And make sure, if you got a copy already, you can get your book signed. So, sa mga uma-attend ng webinar ni Doc Ron, pwedeng doon na rin magpa-sign. Ayan. Ang bilis nga ma-sold out. So, kailangan nating mag-replenish agad ng mga copies. So, ayan. Last na, Doc Ron. Para sa mga currently stuck right now sa burnout phase, meron ka bang like simple strategy kung ano yung agad nilang pwedeng mai-apply?
Mm. I have three, no? Three things para sa inyo. Three strategies. First, name it. You can't heal what you don't acknowledge. Are you tired or are you depleted? Because they're not the same. Magkaiba po yung pagod ka lang, sa nalulungkot ka, sa nalulugmok ka, sa nagkakaproblema ka. Dapat ina-identify natin yon and check natin kung ano dito yung talagang nagpapabigat sa nararamdaman ko ngayon. Second, create space, even small ones. Maybe a real lunch break. Minsan, no, may pagkakataon na ako lang mag-isa nagla-lunch, nung nag-work pa po ako full-time. Kasi mas nararamdaman ko nakakain ako ng maayos eh. Instead na chika-chikahan kayo, di ba? Parang hindi mo nananamnam yung pagkain mo. Ang nananamnam mo yung chismis. Or maybe a weekend without checking work emails. Naranasan ko yan. Kasi may dalawang phone po ako. Yung isang phone pang work, yung before po, no, nung full-time ako. Iniiwan ko yung work phone ko sa bahay kapag mag-out of town or aalis ako. Ang dala ko lang personal. And minsan nga, hindi ko pa binabasa yung mga messages ng mga friends and family ko kapag nagbabakasyon talaga ako. Kasi malaking tulong yon. And most importantly, reconnect with meaning. Sometimes burnout isn't from doing too much. It's from doing too much that doesn't align with you and with who you are. And if needed, last na to, ask for help. Hindi mo kailangan kayanin lahat mag-isa. Burnout is not a personal failure. It's a system failing to care. So ask for help. Andito po ako, andito ang Usapang Positibo, andito si Miss Cindy, andito ang 8 letters para tulungan kayo at makinig sa inyo, di ba?
Ayan, oh my God. We're grabe. I love everything that you said here, sa mga questions natin, Doc Ron. They're very on point. They're very, very helpful. And I'm sure sa mga burnout ngayon, sa mga stress ngayon, sa mga gustong lumipat ng trabaho dahil sa nasa toxic work environment, marami silang pwedeng matutunan sa libro ito. And also sa ibang pang mga books, Doc Ron, maybe you can also provide more information about your other 2 books because I'll just mention, di ba, meron kang 3 books.
Mhm. Opo. Yung unang pinapublish po natin under ng 8 letters ay ang Unlock Your Potentials. Ito naman, full English siya para to sa mga young professionals na hindi pa talaga nahahanap yung potential nila and nagtatanong kung hanggang dito lang ba ako. So maganda na mabasa nyo yung libro and yung libro na yun, hindi siya yung typical na libro na nababasa natin is parang strategy. Yun kasi may route. No? May route na pwede mong puntahan. Hindi ka makakapunta sa susunod na route mo kung hindi mo magagawa yung route na pinanggalingan mo. So may ganun siya. Bago mo matapos yung book, talagang fully nalabas mo, na-unlock mo yung potentials mo. And yung ilo-launch po natin na book sa MIBF, it's under ng partnership with Department of Information and Communications Technology. It's about cybersecurity na ang tone ay parang hindi ka robot. Parang kinakausap ka niya. And yung market po natin doon, yung audience natin for that particular book, yung cybersecurity, ay pwede hanggang grade 4 pataas. Kayang maabot yung message ng libro kahit grade 4 po.
Nako, importante yan, lalo na sa panahon natin ngayon, cybersecurity. I think this book should be in every libraries at kailangan ilapit natin to sa NBDB at saka sa Book Nook. Ayun. Yun. Thank you so much, Doc Ron, for gracing the 8 Letters Book Talk and, talking about hindi ka robot. This is a very, very important topic for everyone out there, every Filipinos out there. And once again, thank you so much. For our viewers, make sure to get a copy of the book. Available to sa aming website, 8lettersbooks.com/shop and also sa aming Shopee at Lazada. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you on our next book talk. Bye!
Bye!